be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yasha I came into this truth bearing my soul like Paul to Damascus. Now I'm on the block wearing my robe to call on the masses to repent and turn back to the ways of the Most High. Better rallies in the midst of us watching with close eyes, cause they know the power in this word. But those dry bones, ages, they infiltrate us, but this a no-fly zone. Fearing no man, no evil come up against us winning, unless you in the midst of sinning. Keep the commandments. You want wisdom? Seek understanding. We Hebrew Israelites, we keep laws while banging on Esau. Educated, no tuition required, debate your top scholars. What's a chihuahua to a rock waller? Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh, Shabbarakatah, Mishpachah, pray you heathens and cowards die 1,000 deaths to the 2/3 cast in the lake of fire. All because you hate the Messiah. Liars, your second death is eternal. The book of life, you ain't written in, cause you was never sick of sin. Wow, since a child going round on your sit and spin. You was purpose for wickedness as a captive. That's why you still a Baptist, Protestant, a Methodist, Jehovah wickedness, Pentecostal, that's your testament, Seventh-day Adventist, non-denomination, no matter the title, still an idol, all abominations. Come on, Hebrews on the rise, and ain't nobody stopping the words of these prophets. Sit back and just watch us. Edom we despise, and all you other heathens we need you to know this. You gon' reap what you sowing. Side note to GMS. Why y'all hating on me, placing false accusations on me, making videos?
Yo, tell me where y'all from. Put it in the chat, family. Where y'all from? Where you watching from?
Now back to my real brews, who's showing love like the real should and real do. We stand united as a nation, we fighting the vaccination of false teachings to poison the minds of the lost sheep, and it's a tragedy. Our leaders like the Pharisees and Sadducees who happily practicing blasphemy like in the Maccabees. Sold us out for master's approval, lacking of scruple. Man, I can't wait till it's off of the head with you Judases. If only you could just measure the anger that's inside of me. For America's crimes and its current state of sodomy pushed on the people, God's chosen, hooked on this evil doing. I'm blaming self and them crackers that want to see us ruin. Just know the fire of Obadiah closing the chapter, exposing his bastard, then his death from explosive disaster of nuclear thermal war. The whole world will see. Alas, the fall of Babylon, World War III.
Peace and love, family. Peace, love to everybody that's watching. This is just an impromptu live stream I'm doing really quickly. I'm not going to be before you long because it's been a long day. I see Smoke Dog checking in from Houston, Texas. Shout out to you. Royal Hebrew DNA from St. Louis. Shout out to you. Yahweh Yasharala, West Side, Detroit. Smoke Dog, Texas, he said. Star from Brooklyn, CI, Heavenly, New Jersey. Son of Israel, Shalom from Las Vegas, Nevada. Shalom to everybody. Like I said, I'm not going to be long, but as always, I'm going to be strong. Peace to the family. Thank you for watching another edition of Maccabees TV. It's your brother, Priest Daniel, Alliance of Israel, Maccabees Alliance Council. And I'm just doing a little bit of a update. This is probably going to be relevant mostly for people in this area. But going forward, there's a lot of Hebrew Israelite events that go on all over the country. If y'all tell me about them, then I'll definitely speak about them on the channel as well. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times things are going on and people that are in your area may not be aware that you have something going on or there's something going on in your area. So today I'm going to speak about the things that's going on pretty much in my area. But again, like I said, in the future, if there's anything going on in your area, let me know about it and I'll definitely talk about it. All right. So real quick, I'm going to start off with the first thing real quick, brothers and sisters. Like I said, I'm not going to be too long, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen really quickly. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. All right, so as you brothers and sisters can see, right? I'm waiting for it to update a little bit. Okay, 1 second. Nope, that's not what I want right here. All right, so brothers and sisters, how many of y'all brothers and sisters are aware of the movie called Hebrews to Negroes? It's not really a movie, it's a documentary, I should say, that was put together by Brother Ron Dalton. How many of you brothers and sisters are aware of that documentary, right? That documentary came out last year, the original one. And I remember that Ron had reached out to me, but it was kind of like last minute because he wanted me to come to the premiere, and I didn't make it to the premiere. And so, as y'all know, the movie premiered in Detroit. I think it was last month in July. The movie actually premiered in Detroit. They had like a 4-day event, and they premiered the new documentary, part 2 of the documentary Hebrews to Negroes. So basically what Ron is doing is Ron is taking this movie, this documentary, and he's renting out facilities, movie theaters, etc., going across the country. So you brothers and sisters might want to go to the website to see when the showing is going to be in your city. So there's 2 showings in this area coming up. There's one tomorrow, Thursday in Newark, New Jersey. There's one. And there's also one being shown in the Bronx on Saturday, August 24th. So for any Israelites that's in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Poconos, Pennsylvania area, or anywhere in the surrounding area that's able to get into the city on Saturday, they're actually showing the film, and that's the flyer right there. Okay, the movie screening is taking place Saturday, August 24th. Location Beth-El, the House of Yah. That's 3482 Park Avenue in the Bronx. Now, if you brothers and sisters did not see the first film, then you might want to definitely see the first film before you actually see the second film. But I want to say a couple of words about this film and why it's important, because I know a lot of times Israelites are very factional and very fractional, but I want to say a few words as to why that documentary is very important. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and if the word gets back to him, I really don't care. How many of you Israelites know that Tariq Nasheed doesn't give a damn about Israelites? How many of y'all know that Tariq Nasheed has been bad-mouthing Israelites? He has made 5 installments of Hidden Color and has never spoken about the Israelites or the Israelite movement, which has been a major movement in this country since the 1800s. Never spoke about it at all, okay? And so I hear a lot of Israelites complaining and saying how they don't put us in this movie, they don't put us in this documentary, and the movies that they do make about us, they make mockery of us. There's a movie called 999. A lot of y'all probably didn't see that movie. There's a movie called 999 that has Woody Harrelson in the movie. And in the movie 999, they portray the Israelites in a bad light. That's part of Project Megiddo. The movie's called 999. Y'all can look it up if you never saw it. And they actually have a scene with the Israelites in that movie 999, not in a good light, right? Then you had the other movie that came out called Barry, right? And they had a fictional encounter, a fictional argument between the guy that was supposed to be playing Barack Obama and the Israelites in Chicago. How many of y'all saw that movie? So in that movie, we also were portrayed in a negative light as well. Then recently, you have another movie that came out called That Day Shall Come. It either came out or it's about to come out now. The movie's called That Day Shall Come. So let's run down that list again. You had 999. They showed the Israelites in the movie 999 recently with Woody Harrelson. They showed us in a bad light. You had the Israelites in the movie Barry about Barack Obama's life, loosely based on his life. They showed us in a bad light. You have the movie That Day Shall Come. They're making mockery of us. Then you have the movie, it never came out, but they were proposing, called Asher. And in that movie, they were going to portray us as being terrorists, talking about we're going to blow things up. So we cannot allow Hollywood or these directors that do documentaries to tell our story. So if there's people amongst us that the Most High gives a talent to, and they make documentaries or movies that's telling our story, we as Israelites, we should support that thing. Okay, we should support that thing. So the brother is on his second documentary. That Hebrews to Negroes documentary that the brother has is the closest thing right now that we have to Hidden Colors, because they ain't putting us in Hidden Colors. Not that we want to be in there, especially considering who's in it. They got Polite in that thing. They got Polite of all people in that thing. So, we don't care about being in that, because if that says a lot about your film if you have them in there, as well as the people that go to see it. But that's besides the point, right? We can't complain about what we're not in, and then when you have a brother that comes and makes a documentary that's telling our story a little better than what's being told by outsiders, people outside the community, and we don't support it, that's our fault, okay? Now, you have certain factions of Israelites that are like, we don't need to do this and we don't need to do that. I'm going to tell you something, man. The biggest hold that the so-called white man has on our people is what they call popular persuasion. Through the so-called white man's movies, through his music, through his magazine, through his social media, through his fake religions that he has created, everything revolves around uplifting his image, making him into the hero, making him into the holy and righteous man and people, and tearing down our image. It took them years and years and years of indoctrination. That's why they had that test with the little girls and the little dolls. And what happened in that test with the little girls and the little dolls? That was indoctrination. The little girl said the little white dolls were beautiful and the black dolls were ugly and bad. That baby didn't come out the womb thinking like that. That baby didn't come out the womb with that mentality. That's conditioning. Conditioning of watching TV and watching cartoons and seeing all these white people, these white characters as being heroes. And probably going to church. And when you go to church, they have an image of the false Christ, Caesar Borgias, up on the wall. That's years and years and years of indoctrination for a child to say that a black dollar looks like them is ugly. So the so-called white man controls the world through popular persuasion, through his media. That's why the world thinks that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide when people with half a brain know that he was killed. So they control the world through popular persuasion. So we cannot allow them to tell our stories for us, because every time they make a movie, they're going to make us either show us in a bad light or make a spoof and make mockery of us. Every time there's a documentary made, we're not going to be included as though we don't exist. That's why the Bible says in the book of Corinthians, we're not known but well known. The whole world knows about this Israelite movement. That's why there's such a push to come against it. That's why there's such a push to stop it. You got these fake woke conscious Negroes that spend morning, noon, and night burning candles at 2 or 3 in the morning, trying to look for things to come against this awakening. That's what they're doing. They won't be successful because the Bible says the very gates of hell will not prevail against this truth, no matter what they do. No matter whether they have the biggest platform or not, they will not be successful at all. At all. Nevertheless, we cannot allow these people to tell our story, man, because the way that they're going to tell our story, they're going to lie. They suffer from confirmation bias. So they look for things to try to tear down the Bible and to tear down God's people. And you got black people at the forefront of that stuff, which is disgusting. So once again, to recap for the brothers and sisters that just came in, right? You had a movie that came out called 999 within the last couple of years. The Israelites were in there. It has Woody Harrelson. They made us look bad in that movie. You had the movie Barry. That was about Barack Obama. They made us look bad in that movie. You have a movie coming out called That Day Shall Come. They have Israelites in there. Y'all can go watch the trailer. I talked about it last time on my last show. The trailer is on YouTube. It's called That Day Shall Come. They're making mockery of us in that movie. They're outright showing Israelites making mockery. Then you had the movie Asher. They was going to portray us as being terrorists. So when you have brothers like Ron Dalton, when you have brothers like the brothers Zaab in my camp that's doing the Karagma movie, that did the Set Apart movie that we did in our camp, when you have brothers that do that, we need to support those brothers. So once again, I'm going to share my screen one more time. So you have the brother Ron Dalton, right? He's been going on the road with this film. This is part 2 to the Hebrews to Negroes documentary. If you didn't see the first one, go ahead and go to Vimeo or wherever. Go to his website, Hebrews to Negroes, and download the movie and watch it. It's the closest thing you're going to get to an Israelite telling our history and our story and breaking down the information. Because Tariq Nasheed is not going to do it. He made 5 hidden colors. He has made several disparaging remarks on his show about Israelites, and some of y'all still support that dude. I don't know why. I don't know how you reconcile being an Israelite and supporting somebody that hates you and your creator. I don't know how you reconcile that thing, but that's not up to me. That's up to you. He's never going to put you in there. Stop begging. We got to stop begging and stop asking, and we got to do for ourselves. And so when you see our brothers doing something like this brother has this documentary. He's going from city to city to city to city. I'm pretty sure on the website he'll tell you what days he's going to be in what city showing the film. Make sure y'all go and support it. So he's showing the film here in New York, in the Bronx, which is where we have camp. So it's perfect. We go to camp, and then right up behind camp, we go in to see the film. You know what I'm saying? He invited me out because I've supported, you know what I'm saying? I support all Israel, as y'all know. Even Israelites that I may not agree with 100% as far as doctrine, I support Israel as well. Why? Because the fake woke conscious community, they stick together when they bash the Bible. They stick together when they bash the Bible. So I created this platform to make sure that Israelites have a voice. So it's up to you to support Maccabees TV. It's up to you to support Hebrews to Negroes. It's up to you to support the Set Apart film that the brothers Ahab did, the Karagma film when it comes out, and everything else that Israelites is doing. It's not begging. If you want the story to be told correctly, if you want to be portrayed in the right image, in the right spirit, you got to support these things when they come out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go support that brother. All right. And as I mentioned, he's going to different cities. So when I see the brother, I'm probably going to try to get an interview for Maccabees TV as well. And I'm going to try to find out, you know, where we can find what cities he's going to be in and make sure that when this film comes to your city, support it. Tariq Nasheed was selling out theaters all across the country, filling them up to go and watch Hidden Colors that says nothing about the Israelite movement. The Israelite movement is as prominent as the Moorish movement in America. The Israelite movement is as prominent as the Nation of Islam and every other movement that America has ever seen. We're just as prominent, and we were there from the very beginning. Read and do the history. So we're purposefully being left out, not even just by white folks, but black directors are leaving us out. So we got to support brothers like Ron Dalton. I hope y'all brothers and sisters understand what it is that I'm saying. All right. We got to sometimes look at the bigger picture. There's always a bigger picture that we have to be looking at, brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? All right. 1 second. Yeah. What happened? All right. I'm still getting used to this new program. All right. So let's move on to something else, right? Let's move on to the next thing, right? So that's on Saturday, August 24th. By the way, shout out to Divine Prospect, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries in the building. All right. That brother's doing great work. And make sure y'all subscribe to his channel as well. Subscribe to all the Israelite platforms because we are your voice right now. Because there's an attack against the Bible, brothers and sisters. And it's not just coming from Christian apologists. And it's not just coming from white atheists. At the forefront of the attack is black people that hate the Bible. And they hate you because you believe in the Bible. So by extension, they hate you. They hate you. And if they could kill you, they would kill you thinking that they're doing God's service. The Bible speaks about stuff like that. They would think that they're doing God's service. They would think that they're doing a good thing. So we have to be on top of this stuff. All right. So make sure that you support everything that's dealing with the Israelites. Right. All right. Following God forever says nothing wrong with supporting, but you got to be careful of con artists. Yeah, well, you know what? In life, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. There's a lot of con artists out there, right? But you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is my take on that. All right, and I respect your opinion, but this is my take on that, right? Tariq Nasheed has been accused of being a con artist, right? He has Polite in his movie that was accused of being a con artist, right? But that community still went out and supported the movie overall because the overall intention is to teach Black history because it's not being taught by mainstream white institutions and it's being ignored by mainstream white media. So instead of begging white people to make positive movies about us, instead of every movie being about slavery, instead of every movie being about Jim Crow, instead of every movie being slapstick comedy and all types of foolishness, he decided to go out and do his own documentary and tell a story himself. I got to salute that. You see what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying, but I believe that we should support brothers until they show us that we shouldn't support them. That's what I believe. That's where I stand. Support them until they show us that they don't deserve our support, and then we don't support them. That's all. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, the brother's doing a good thing. Right chosen seed, like in the book of Eli as well. Exactly. 100%. So these things are important, brothers and sisters. Like I said, I can't say it enough, man. Popular persuasion is everything. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me show y'all something. I showed this to my camp. I hope I don't get flagged, but it is just It is just a preview for a movie. Let me show you why what Ron Dalton is doing and why what the brother in my camp that made the movie Set Apart is doing. Let me show you why that's important, right? Let me show you why that's important. Because if you leave it to our enemies to tell our story, this is what's going to happen. Let me share my screen. Right? Watch this. Because some of y'all won't go and watch it if I don't show it to you. So I'm going to show it to you. Y'all brothers and sisters see this right here? This is a trailer for a new movie coming out by a man named Chris Morris. I don't know who he is. Maybe some of y'all do. The name of the movie is called That Day Shall Come. Please, for a second, I want you brothers and sisters to take doctrines off the table for now. Whether you believe in the shield of David, the star of David, you believe it's the star of Molech, that's not what I'm talking about. I want you to understand focus, because sometimes Israelites don't focus. Focus, right? That's an Israelite. That's what you need to know. Don't focus on what's behind them and everything. That is an Israelite, and they're telling a story about us. So let's watch this together so y'all can see what they think about us when we leave it to them to tell our story. Pay attention. Watch.
This is the day of a great revolution. Are you ready to rule?
We are ready.
May you live to see the accidental dominance of the white race overthrown. Cool.
You're gonna pitch me the next 9/11.
What about this guy Moses Shabazz?
Classic lone wolf.
There's 4 of them, actually.
Duck walk.
Pack of lone wolves. How'd that happen?
My mission is to change the lives of poor people without the gun weapon.
Let's offer this Moses Shabazz some funds.
He could set up a meeting with a rich ISIL sheikh.
Perhaps your army needs weapons? No, we don't believe in guns. If necessary, we'll call on the dinosaurs. But at the sound of a trumpet, they will come to our aid.
I think he's delusional.
Yeah, schizophrenia place.
You being played, Mo.
What if I'm playing them? Whoever it is playing me. Could you pay someone to inform upon themselves?
You want to inform on yourself?
Would you be interested?
He's got the threat signature of a hot dog.
Peace, brothers!
Jihad has no off switch. Next thing you know, the Statue of Liberty's wearing a burqa, and we've beheaded Bruce Springsteen. Just get him back out there to blow up a skyscraper, or I'll drop the case.
Okay, so we have to get him a fake nuke.
I'll take a better idea if you got one. How about not selling nukes to Nazis? Uranium to put hair on your chest and make it fall off.
I am just a guy.
That's enough. That's enough. What y'all think? Well, what y'all think of that, family? What y'all think? Y'all like that? Y'all like that? That's you? Well, y'all paying attention? Go back and watch it. Well, y'all paying attention? They're trying to set him up to sell a nuclear weapon to a neo-Nazi. You see what I'm saying? Listen, brothers and sisters, I don't know how many times I got to go over this with y'all. There's something called Project Megiddo. Project Megiddo starts off with, first of all, trying to debunk us. That's what you see the fake woke conscious community doing. Every day they're making videos trying to debunk us. That's stage 1. Stage 2 of Project Megiddo, defame us. That's what they're doing in movies. 999. They defamed the Israelite movement. Barry, they defamed the Israelite movement. That Day Shall Come, you just watched. They defamed the Israelite movement. Asher, they defamed the Israelite movement if that movie ever comes out. That's phase 2. Phase 3, when that doesn't work, they're just going to basically just call a lot of brothers and sisters terrorists and lock your behinds up. It's called Project Megiddo. You can look it up. It's in full effect. So this is what happens when we leave it to outsiders to tell our story. Because some of us are so over-righteous, we think if a brother makes a documentary, we don't need to support it. Or if a brother makes a film that might be fictional, but it's based on true events that's going to happen, we don't need to support it because all we need to do is just go out on the corner every Saturday and just teach. No, that's the main thing we need to do. Number one thing we need to do is go out and teach and prophesy, absolutely. But the white man controls this world through popular persuasion, through movies, television, everything else. We need to get with the program as Israelites. We need to get with that program. So again, I cannot stress it enough. Again, we need to support these films when they come out. We need to support them. So the brother has this film coming out. Hebrews to Negroes is coming to New York. It's coming all across the country. Make sure that y'all brothers and sisters support that. And again, here, let me just show y'all again, right? me just show y'all real quick again. Do it right where y'all can see it. Okay, I'm saying, you know what? Do it this way instead. I want y'all to be able to see this so nobody can say that you guys didn't know nothing about it. I mention it every time, but sometimes it's always different people on the channel. So I'm gonna do it like this. Y'all see this right here? This is a repost of the film that my camp did. A lot of y'all didn't watch it, and it's free, and you didn't watch it. It's only 29 minutes, and that's the brother's first film. That's the brother's first film. You see what I'm saying? Based on a true story of a brother that has struggling to keep the Sabbath because of his job. These are real stories that we all have either gone through or we know somebody that went through it. Real stuff. And now the same brother that did this film is working on something even bigger. Let me show you that. See if I can get it up. There we go. The name of the movie is called Charagma. I'm not going to spend much time on this, brothers and sisters, but Charagma is what is written in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, when it speaks about receiving a mark. The word there in Greek is Charagma. So the brother has a film not really based on, it's a fictional film, but it's based on true events in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And the brother's doing this. Why? Because ain't nobody else going to do it outside the community. Nobody's going to be able to tell these stories but us. So we got to support these things. All right. So I just wanted to stress that. I know I went into this last time a little bit, but I can't stress it enough. Like, we have to support these things because ain't nobody supporting the community outside of us. Nobody's supporting it. And by the way, too, if y'all brothers and sisters, some of y'all, I see my brother Nugget saying that I believe Nugget is a brother. Hopefully you are. He said he watched it. Leave a comment on the video if you watched it and let the brother know that you enjoyed the film because it encourages him. Or better yet, go to the website for the new film. The website is called The Charagma for the new film. Go to the website, read about what the film is about, and maybe support the brother, man. Throw him a little $10, $20 if you could to help him put this together. Because we're doing, listen, Tariq Nasheed's movie Hidden Colors was totally off crowdfunding. 100% off crowdfunding. That's how he was able to do that. Tommy Sotomayor's A Fatherless America was totally off crowdfunding. You see what I'm saying? We're in the truth and we don't support each other the way that we should. You see what I'm saying? And even when I put the movie out on my channel for free, a lot of brothers and sisters still didn't watch it because even your comment was too much. Even leaving a comment of support for a brother that's really doing this out of love, it's a labor of love, is too much for some of us. We got a lot of work to do, Israel. We got a long way to go. All right. Let me just speed up a little bit because I spent way too much time on that. Next thing that I want to talk about really quickly is the day after the Hebrews to Negroes film, which is this upcoming Saturday. We're going to go after sundown, after camp. We're going to go and watch that documentary. The very next day, let me share my screen. The very next day, my camp is doing a cookout here in the Bronx, right? I know it's last minute. If you are in the New York area and you want to attend, that's the address right there. You can inbox me on Facebook, Daniel Benjamin, if you know, and I'll get the information. It's going to be in Bronx Park East and Unionport Road. We had a beautiful time in the spirit last year. Good turnout. Brothers and sisters had a good time. And I want to say something really quickly, too, about gatherings and why they're important. When it gets cold, we don't have these gatherings anymore. There's a lot of gatherings coming up. I'm going to go over them with you, brothers and sisters, real quick. But time is running out. It's about to get cold. Now, I saw the brothers from the House of David this past Saturday, and I was asking them about the summit. And there's a good chance there's not going to be another Israelite summit possibly until 2020, until like January 2020. And the reason being because this time of year, you're coming into where there's a lot of holidays with the system. There's a lot of holidays coming up. So they begin to jack the plane fare up. So a lot of brothers and sisters will not be able to attend the summit if they do it this time of the year. You see what I'm saying? And there's also a lot of high holy days biblical as well this time of year. So brothers and sisters may not be able to travel. So your options for gathering like this are running out because the summer's almost over and only half the fall is warm. So when you can fellowship with brothers and sisters, do it. You see what I'm saying? Or else you may not get another chance until January. So we're having this cookout in the Bronx. It was a beautiful time last year. Like I said, you know, I appreciated everybody that came out. We had a good time. I even shot my, you know, some scenes from my music video at the cookout too. So everybody that came to the cookout was in the video as well. So that was a beautiful thing. Hope to see some of y'all there. I know it's last minute. By the way, that's our camp phone number at the bottom. So if you need any information, not just about this, but anything you need, just give us a call. All right. Next thing, next order of business is this, right? This is another event. This is the week after mine. So this is this weekend. So again, this weekend you have the Hebrews to Negroes movie, which is the 24th. That's a Saturday. Sunday you have our cookout. And then next Saturday, ISUPK is having their cookout. And next Sunday, which is August 31st, you can see it right here on the flyer, August the 31st, the ISUPK is having a PowerPoint lecture presented by Captain Tazariak called Surviving Christianity. Now, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Okay, if you have family members that are Christians, so forth and so on, you definitely want, if you could, to be in the building for this event. If you're not going to be in the building, you definitely want to try your best to get a hold of the live stream. They have a phone number there on the flyer. You can see it in the bottom left-hand corner, as well as their address. And I believe that we should support things like this as well, because the Christians are galvanizing against the Israelite community. All of a sudden, you see little Daniel Pantaleo, and I always got to tell you who Daniel Pantaleo is, so some of y'all don't live in New York, so you don't know. Daniel Pantaleo is the little coward, the little midget coward that jumped on Eric Garner's back and choked him from behind and killed him. All right. And the police commissioner this week was practically in tears that he had to fire that man because he didn't see anything that the man did wrong. He didn't see nothing wrong with it. So he was upset that he had to fire that man, but the city is on edge. You see what I'm saying? So he had to go ahead and do that. But that little twerp, okay, choked Eric Garner out and killed him. All right. And this is the society that we live in. Okay. So we have to support lectures like this. You see what I'm saying? We have to support lectures like this. Surviving Christianity. It's a beautiful thing what the brothers are doing, man. So you definitely want to make sure that you're in the building, like I said, or, you know, reach out to Tazariak. He ain't hard to find. His phone number. That's his phone number right there. You can find him on Facebook under the same name. And make sure that y'all support and watch this thing, man. I've seen, and you know, some of the slides that he's going to be using, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. Definitely. A lot of brothers and sisters have survived Christianity, man. You know, Christianity is the pedophiles' playground, by the way. I don't know who has more pedophiles. I don't know if it's the Christian church or if it's the Kemetic community, because a lot of those Egyptian pharaohs were pedophiles. So I don't know who has more. But then again, modern day Christianity borrowed a lot from Egypt anyway, so I think it's about the same. I think they're all pedophiles. It's all the same. You understand what I'm saying? So you definitely want to support that. Two more things. Last but not least, like I said, brothers and sisters, I'm not going to be long. Thank y'all for being in the building. Two more things really quickly. Well, really one more thing. Two more things. Where is it now? There we go. All right. So last event, you have the second annual Israelite Truth Music Concert that's going to be held in Richard Rogers Amphitheater September the 8th, and that's in Harlem. All right. And it's going to be a beautiful event. I performed there last year. I got an award last year, thanks to to the brothers for that. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying, we have my man Deacon Sakari from Sakari Camp. He's coming all the way over from California, man. He's going to be headlining. This is in the heart of Harlem, surrounded by projects on all sides. So not only are we going to be, and this is one of the best events to do, brothers and sisters, if you really think about it, right? This amphitheater is outside in the middle of a park. So not only will Israelites be there, but anybody from the community, anybody just walking by will actually be able to come. And if they like what they see, they can stop and sit and attend a concert for free. And they may learn something. Somebody may be able to slide them a flyer. They may have some questions. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could wake up off of that. You never know. So this is a beautiful thing that brothers are doing. So if you can't make it to none of those events, try to come to this event right here. Richard Rogers Amphitheater, Sunday, September the 8th. Be in the building. I've been to some wonderful events this year, brothers and sisters, myself. Like I said, man, that concert out in California, the gift concert, that was awesome. That was awesome, and I thank them brothers and sisters for inviting me. And this is our concert on the East Coast, and we have a couple of them coming over here. And if you can come to New York for that weekend, I think that's Labor Day weekend, if I'm not mistaken, or the weekend after Labor Day. Come on through, man, and support. All right, that's a beautiful thing going on right there. All right, can y'all see my screen? You know what? I didn't share my screen. Damn shame. Damn shame. Wow. Hold on a second, y'all. I don't think I shared my screen for that. That was not good. Or did I? Yeah, I did. I did. Okay. Let me see something. Let me see something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, brothers and sisters, and this is probably the most important thing that I want to share with you, brothers and sisters, right? I always talk about this, and I never could talk about it enough, which means that when I talk about this, a lot of y'all get bored and you break out, but that's okay. I'm almost done. I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right. I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say it ad nauseum. There's a health crisis in our community, Israel. There's a health crisis in our community, right? A lot of brothers and sisters, you know, we talk to you brothers and sisters about natural herbs and remedies, not just because you're sick, but for prevention as well. Prevention is very, very important so that you don't develop those illnesses going forward. And a lot of brothers and sisters, we talk to you brothers and sisters about the herbs, and you're not really comfortable with using herbs. You say it's too much work, et cetera, et cetera. So what we did was, my wife, what she did was, she gets the herbs directly from Jamaica. They're shipped from Jamaica. Her family owns a plantation in Jamaica where a lot of these herbs are from, with the exception of the sea moss, obviously. A lot of these herbs are directly from a plantation in Jamaica that her family owns. And so we get a lot of these herbs, but a lot of brothers and sisters are not really savvy, or they just don't feel like being bothered with actually getting the direct herbs. So what she did was, we have the group in Facebook called Healthy Hebrews, and we asked brothers and sisters in there, how would it be easier for you to use the herbs if, would it be easier for you to use the herbs if we put them in tea bags? And brothers and sisters said, yeah. So this is the website. It's called JamaicaCMoss.com, JamaicaCMoss.com, right? And you come to the tab that says herbs right here. And there's herbs for everything. Let's start off with this right here, because men don't like talking about this. Prostate support. Prostate support, not prostate cancer when you already develop it and then you're looking for a miracle cure. No, prostate support, as well as going to the doctor and having your prostate checked. But this is something very good to drink, especially for men over the age of 40 years old. You definitely want to be drinking things like this. You definitely want to be drinking things like this and introduce to your diet as a form of prevention. Okay. What else do we have here? You see, we have chamomile tea bags, raspberry tea, soursop. You brothers and sisters know about soursop and cancer. Y'all, you should have heard about that by now. Nettle herbal tea bags, lemongrass, shepherd's purse, wild cherry bark, cough, cold, and flu herbal remedy, because that's flu season is coming. When the weather changes, flu season is coming. Okay, so this is good. Instead of taking that over-the-counter medicine, take this as a form of prevention. Then you have the women's uterine blend. Okay, a lot of sisters have problems with your uterus. All right, as a man, I'm not going to get too deep into that, but y'all know what that is, right? A lot of sisters have problems with their uterus. This is great for uterus cleansing and support and care, your reproductive organs, which are very important. Okay. Because a lot of times when you go to the doctor, something's wrong with your reproductive organs. They just want to do a surgery and just pull it out. That's the answer to everything. The answer to everything for these doctors is to cut you open and pull something out of you and charge thousands and thousands of dollars to the insurance company and get paid. That's what they do. That's what they do. They're not paid or trained to teach you how to heal yourself. So you need to know both. You need to know about conventional over-the-counter medicine should you need it. And yes, you should consult a doctor, but you also need to know about herbs and minerals and vitamins, etc., and take them on a regular basis, not as a form of just trying to get better when you contract something, but as a way of life, along with some exercise, brothers and sisters. I can't stress that enough. With that being said, like I told y'all, this is going to be a short live stream. I didn't intend on being on here too long. And by the way, in case you brothers and sisters didn't know, if you're not sure what those herbs are for, there's all types of videos on our sister channel, Sisters of the Maccabees, right? If you, especially for my sisters, if you're not supporting that channel, that ain't good. You definitely should be supporting a channel that caters, especially to it caters to everybody, but it's caters a little bit more to the women. Okay, you should be over here, and there's videos after videos after videos that tells you all about these herbs. Just look at the screenshots, right? All right, depression, herbs, and other topics. Sea moss, okay? This is dealing with the doula and the midwife service that's offered in Israel, okay? This is dealing with eczema, which is a huge problem in our community, all right? And how you can get rid of it, all right? Yeast infections, asthma, women, men, asthma. You know, these are problems that are prevalent in our community, all right? Removing gallstones. A lot of brothers and sisters have gallbladder problems and you don't even know it. And the next thing you know, you're going to come down and develop cancer. All right. And what's going to happen? The doctors is going to cut you open and want to take your gallbladder out. That's huge in our community. Gallbladder surgery. If you took gallbladder flushes at least 4 times a year, that's once every season, you can have a better shot of not having your gallbladder removed. Because a lot of times we have stones and we don't even know it. You know how many people, I think one day I'm gonna do a video with a testimonial of all the brothers and sisters, right, that took the gallbladder flush that we recommend, that said that they passed stones that they didn't know that they had. And those stones could have developed into cancer. But all praise to the Most High, they took the flush and they passed the stones. All right. I know for one, I can say for sure is Captain McGunn and his wife, Sister Amawana. They came up by my house and spent the weekend, and we administered the gallbladder flush to them. And yeah, they had the bathroom on lock. They had the bathroom on lock for real, but they passed stones and all that, but they didn't know that they had. So these are really important things that you know, we can't stress enough in the community. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me, brothers and sisters. I don't think I'm going to be too much longer. The website is JamaicanCMOS.com. Let me share my screen one more time for brothers and sisters. One more time, right? The website is JamaicanCMOS.com. What you brothers and sisters should help, I beg you, please, right? Go down this list and click on these things. If you don't know what these herbs do, just open up another window and Google it and find out what these herbs do. And what you'll find out is that some of these herbs that we have on here may treat or support some issues that you may be dealing with, and you didn't know what to do. You're just taking some pills. Okay, we got to educate ourselves. Now, you know, I just did a video recently when we asked, what are we doing in the community? This is part of what we're doing in the community. This is part of what we're doing in the community. We're giving you public service announcements like this, advice, information that is practical, that you can use. So no, Priest Daniela doesn't just stand on the corner on Saturdays and yell at people all day. That's not what I do. I do that sometimes. Yeah, I do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I also do this. I also give you practical information that you can use, because everything is a balance, right? If you don't know what chamomile does, look it up. Red raspberry, soursop. Everybody knows soursop is good for cancer, okay? Nettle herbal tea, etc. If you don't know what those things are, look it up. If you click on the picture, well, let me just click on one of these pictures real quick. If you click on a picture, right, it will tell you underneath everything that you need to know about the herb. It's right here. It's right here. See? It's right here. All right. Yeah. So again, the website is Jamaican CMOS, but for the brothers, because see, my wife, she talks to the sisters all the time on the other channel about their reproductive health. But sometimes the brothers need brothers to talk to you about it. Brothers, y'all know that prostate cancer is a serious, serious killer. All right. And there's a lot of Israelite men that have all types of reproductive problems that I talk to. When I say reproductive, with your reproductive organs, you have all types of issues. Young brothers too. You know what I'm saying? In their 20s and 30s with problems, man. Erectile dysfunction and you in your 20s, man. And sometimes some of the medicines, especially like, for instance, I'll give you a quick example, right? Brothers that have heart issues, right? By extension, a lot of times you have erectile dysfunction too. due to poor circulation. Or if you have erectile dysfunction and you haven't been diagnosed with heart issues yet, it's coming. It's coming because that is due to poor circulation of the blood. You need to know these things. It's an early warning sign of heart problems. So is it that little blue pill that they give you called Viagra or Cialis or the new joint? They just came out with a new joint. That's not going to help you. That's a mask. That's a mask. You need to get into a healthy living, a healthy lifestyle, and taking herbs, vitamins, minerals, etc., that support your reproductive organs. It is possible, brothers and sisters. And last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to end with this, right? The thing with herbs, what people don't understand is you spend years, sometimes a lifetime, doing bad things to your body, eating all types of things. And then you come down with something, you develop something over a period of time. It took you time to develop whatever illness you have. It didn't just come on you at once. You lived your life for a long time. Then at the age of 30 or 35, the doctor tells you have erectile dysfunction. The doctor tells you have uterine fibroids, whatever. That developed over a long period of time of abuse of the body. So when you start taking herbs, brothers and sisters think that they're supposed to get better overnight. That's not how it works. If you spent 10 years abusing the body, it might take you 5 years to get your body back in. So you got to take your time and keep taking it. Keep taking it over a long period of time and don't give up. And don't wait till you're so far gone in the illness that, you can't be brought back. Okay? It's very important. Somebody said something earlier too in the chat, not this chat, but another chat. I was watching another chat about herbs. Somebody said people that take herbs and live healthy die too. Taking herbs and living healthy is not going to prevent you from dying. The Bible tells us, we're Israelites, the Bible tells us to the Most High belongs the issues of death. Taking herbs and living healthy doesn't keep you from dying. Taking herbs and living healthy promotes a healthy lifestyle so you can live the best quality of life while you're alive. If the Most High so chooses to take you, then it's your time to go. But you don't have to slowly kill yourself for what you're putting in your body. That's what it does. The Most High said he created herbs from the ground for the service of man. That's what they're for. Not pills, herbs for the service of man. All right. With that being said, I'm trying to get up on out of here. I hesitate to ask if anybody has anything that they want to ask real quick. You know what? Nah, I'm about to be out of here. Hold y'all questions. I might come back tomorrow. I saw something funny today, man. Let me just say this. I'm always I told you I'm like the sentinel, right? I'm everywhere. I saw something funny today. When I tell you, man, that these conscious dudes, man, they'll read any book, and because they suffer from confirmation bias, they're reading things into the book that's not there. They're reading things into books that are not there. So I'm hearing that the book of Isaiah was taken from the Assyrians. That's what I heard. Well, I'm so excited for that information to be put out in public. And I want somebody's name in the conscious community to be attached to it and teach that's a fact. And then I'm going to handle that after that. Because I've been doing that is, you Negroes need to, reading is fundamental, man. You conscious Negroes, reading is fundamental. When you're reading, that's why the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing, but we're all getting understanding, man. You Negroes pick up any book, and the minute you think it's against the Bible, it's good enough for you. It's good enough for you. And in the book that you're using, it's not saying what you're saying. It's not saying that. But we're going to fix that. I'm going to fix that in a little while, man. I'm going to wait. Because it's going to have more impact. Yeah. I'm going to wait. I want to say something else too, right? I'm trying to get off this thing. I want to say this. This is important too, right? Leviathan Kane. Sisters of the Maccabees, could you put my website, please, in the chat? My website is wakeupjacob12.com. Wakeupjacob12.com. Everything is on there. My hat is on there. My shirts are on there. Music is on there. Everything is on there. Okay. Corey, one of a kind. How you know I was talking about him? How you know I was talking about him? Oh man. My email is maccabeestv@gmail.com. maccabeestv@gmail.com. I see my brother Max Bird in the house. That's a good brother, brothers and sisters. That's a good brother, man. I got a lot of love for that brother. That's a good brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wanted to say something really quickly too, right? Let me share my screen one more time now, because I want to share my screen one more time real quick. My email is maccabeestv@gmail.com. Let me share my screen real quick. I want to show your brothers and sisters something too, because there's another misconception floating around the community. We've already debunked this, right? The name of this channel is called Sisters of the Maccabees. So I got Maccabees TV. The channel is called Sisters of the Maccabees, right? So this is a channel for sisters, because there's a misconception, or really it's a lie in the community, that we abuse our women, they can't speak. Well, you go to this channel and you tell me. You tell me what's going on over here. That's not what I see. Now, I want to say this too, right? Patrick made a very, very important statement, Master Herbalist Patrick Dells, and I want to share this with brothers and sisters in Israel. And if I got to go into scripture, I'll go into scripture, right? I believe it's Romans, the 16th chapter. I'm going to look for it while I'm talking to you, brothers and sisters, right? The question was asked, can a sister go to a brother for health information? Can she teach him? Let me say this, and I'm going to say this very, very emphatically, right? And yes, it's Romans 16. I'm going to read. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to read something, right? Matter of fact, let me do that first. Let's go to the scriptures real quick. This is going to be absolutely quick, right? Let's go to Romans chapter 16. We're going to read verses 1 and 2. 1 through 2. I want to show you, brothers and sisters, something, right? We're going to do that in the KJV, right? Now, Paul was the one that wrote in Corinthians, the 11th chapter, about the order. He said, first is God, there's Christ, man, the woman, and the child. That's the order in the Bible. So some brothers have taken that and run with it and says, well, a sister can't tell you nothing then. That's not scripture. Watch this. This is the book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 1 and 2. This is what Paul said to the church, the Israelites that were at Rome. He said, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister. So Paul sent Phoebe to Rome, right? Which is a servant of the church, which is at Centrea, that ye receive her in the Lord as becoming saints, and that ye assist her in whatsoever business she hath need of you. For she hath been a succorer of many, and of myself also. So Paul told the church at Rome, the saints at Rome, that he was going to send Phoebe, and whatever she asks you to do, do it. That's what he said. So now, coming back to what I was saying before, right? You had the channel called Sisters of the Maccabees, right? Now, we know that our wives, for the most part, a lot of our wives are the keepers of the home and the children. And keeping the home and the children, a lot of times, part of that deals with what you're eating, what you're ingesting, what you're putting into your body. And what Patrick said was, and I agree, a lot of our sisters in their ignorance are feeding their husbands death. You're putting and piling lasagna and macaroni and cheese and steak and breads and pastas and all this stuff, and you're feeding it to your husband. And of course, he loves it. It tastes good, but you're feeding him death because you're killing him slowly. Those foods, especially in great amounts, are no good for you. They're not, right? So the sisters need the knowledge of health and wellness to be able to cook their husbands and stuff, some healthy things, and make them some herbs and some teas, and tell their husbands sometimes to get on some flushes, so forth and so on. You need that. And a lot of times, the best person to do that is the sister, especially because she's mainly the one with the children. You want your children to grow up doing those things also, so they don't grow up developing juvenile diabetes and all these other illnesses that are now in children. So the women are an integral part of that. So I had to, in our Healthy Hebrews group on Facebook, I gave my wife autonomy to run the group. Why? Because the Most High gave me the inspiration to found the Healthy Hebrews group, but I don't have the time to run it. And the Most High gave her a gift with the health and the herbs, and everybody that's in that group, y'all know it. Morning, noon, and night, y'all are asking her questions. And you got all types of ailments, everything under the sun, stuff I never heard of. Y'all are coming with, right? You can't reach Patrick Delves. You can't reach Ma'ah. So y'all coming into our group asking these questions, and she's helping you. And you had a few nutcases that don't really know the scriptures that said she shouldn't be saying nothing. Well, then you shouldn't be getting no goddamn help then. Just stay sick. That's a stupid mentality to have. So I'm telling you, brothers, man, don't confuse what the Most High said about teaching the scriptures. Doctrine, teaching the scriptures, breaking down prophecy. That's what the Lord was talking about. Of course, the sisters could talk to you about health and wellness. Of course, they could talk to you about herbs. Of course, they can. And if you say no, man, you could definitely cut yourself off from a lot of help and a lot of information. I'm telling you now, because you're going to have a hard time reaching people that's going to give you that time that you're getting in that group. I don't have the time to give it to you. I'm telling you straight. So yes, a woman can tell you stuff about health and recommend herbs and stuff to you. If you didn't, she grew up on a farm. I didn't grow up on a farm. I don't know. Listen, when we go camping, when we do tabernacles, now y'all got me talking, man. When we do tabernacles, right? I don't even know if there's a lot of y'all still. When we do the Feast of Tabernacles, right? How many of you brothers and sisters, we go camping? How many of you brothers and sisters, if you spent a week in the woods, how many of you brothers and sisters will be able to identify different plants and know what they're used for just by looking at them? Just by looking at them. Guess what? Let me raise my hand. Not me. Not me. Not me. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go to Barnes & Nobles or someplace and buy a book and go in the woods. And I'm going to have to be flipping through 100 pages trying to find, you know what I'm saying? She recognizes them on sight. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be proud because I'm a man and she's a woman. I'm not going to, if she know what it is, then she can tell me what it is and what it does. Her and the other sister from the One Nation camp, them sisters is thorough, man. The sister from the One Nation camp, man, and her building fires and doing all, because they grew up in the outdoors. And a lot of us grew up in the city and we did not. I'm keeping it real with y'all. We went camping and some brothers got there in the dark, right? We gave an order that everybody needs to get to the site for the camping before sundown. You know Israel, right? Fashionably late. Getting there at 9 or 10 o'clock. It's dark at night. And brother, you never built a tent before. You never built a tent before. So now you just stuck. So the sisters had to come and help. The sisters that grew up on farms, that always go, they had to come and help. What you gonna be like? No, woman, don't put my tent together. Don't help me. No, woman, don't put my tent together. It was cold and it was dark. You better believe them brothers that didn't know how to put tents together was like, all right, sister, water. Okay? Don't be simple. Don't be simple, brothers. Yeah, I see that, Corey, one of a kind. So I lost half the brothers that was on this one ran over there to listen to that nonsense. If they get jammed up, that's between them and the Most High, man. That's between them and the Most High. You see what I'm saying? They ain't saying nothing over there. With that being said, it's your brother, Priest Daniel, Lines of Israel, Maccabees Lines Council. I'm out of here. I might come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Depends. If I come back tomorrow, I'm gonna come back on fire. I'm gonna talk some. If they cross the line too far, I'm gonna come back on fire tomorrow and fire some more shots at these clowns that's going against the Bible. But for now, it's your brother, Priest Daniel, Lines of Israel, Maccabees Lines Council. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all support the channel. I appreciate y'all. And make sure y'all go to that website, JamaicanCMOS.com. Get you some herbs. And I wish all my brothers and sisters wellness. I love y'all. Stay strong. Stay in the spirit. This is the truth. This is the truth. Not Kemet. Not West African spirituality. None of that fake stuff. This is the truth. The Bible says he or she that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You got to hang on, brothers and sisters. It's going to get bumpy. And with that being said, I am out of here, brothers and sisters. Shalom. And hit the like button on the way out, too. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show me some love.